All right, let's just dive right in. Today, we're going to tear apart the single most common and honestly the most destructive piece of advice in all of golf. My goal here isn't just to show you why it's ruining your game, but to give you a simple 5-minute fix that could seriously change your swing forever.
Oh yeah, you know this one. I've heard it, you've heard it. Pretty much every amateur golfer on the planet has been told this, usually right after topping a shot. And it sounds right, doesn't it? It feels like it should work. But what if I told you that very piece of advice is the actual root cause of your worst shots?
No, I'm not kidding. Forcing your head to stay locked down and rigid is the very thing that's putting the brakes on your entire golf swing. It is the direct cause of hitting the ball fat, of topping it, of that awful feeling where your arms just feel totally disconnected from your body. We've all been told it's the cure, when in reality, it's the poison.
So how does this actually happen? Let's break down the mechanics, the why behind all this. The key thing to understand is that by locking your head in place, you are physically blocking your body from doing what it desperately needs to do to hit a good golf shot. And it all starts with one key thing that, frankly, most of us just don't have enough of.
This right here, this is the engine of the golf swing. You see, tour pros have a massive amount of thoracic mobility. It's what allows them to keep their head looking relatively still while their chest just keeps rotating through the shot. But us, the average amateur, we just don't have that kind of flexibility. So when we try to copy them by keeping our head down, our swing just completely seizes up. It has nowhere to go.
Okay, so you can really see the two different paths your swing can take here. On the left, with that locked head, your spine can't rotate, so your whole body pivot just stops dead in its tracks. And what happens then? Well, your arms have to take over. They start flipping at the ball, which forces you to stand up out of your posture. We call that early extension. And that leads directly to those awful chunked and top shots. But look at the right side. When you release the head, boom, the spine is free. The body can pivot all the way through. Your arms stay connected, and you can stay in your posture. And that, my friends, is what leads to that pure, compressed strike we are all chasing.
So how do we fix this? How do we get that feeling? We're going to do it with a drill that is so simple and so effective. This isn't about getting bogged down in complicated mechanics. This is all about feeling freedom and flow in your swing again.
All right, here's your new pre-shot routine. It's super simple. First, just take your normal setup. Second, and this is absolutely crucial, I want you to lighten your grip pressure to almost nothing, like a 0.5 out of 10. You should feel like you have spaghetti arms, just totally loose and free of tension. And finally, as you swing through, just stop fighting it. As your body pivots towards the target, simply let your head swivel along for the ride.
Now, I know what you're thinking. The first time you do this, it's going to feel like your head is turning to look at the target way too early. It's going to feel wrong. But I need you to hear this. That head swivel is not a flaw. Think about the legends of the game, like Annika Sörenstam. That early head turn is just your body's brilliant way of solving the problem of a tight upper back. It's a sign you're actually doing it right.
Feeling the change in your swing is one thing, but seeing the cold, hard proof is something else entirely. Because when you do this drill correctly, the improvement isn't just in your head, it shows up big time in the data.
And here it is. This is the payoff. After hitting just one shot with that loose ragdoll feeling, just look at these TrackMan results. The shot shape? A perfect push draw. That's the ball starting just a little right of the target and curving back. That's the signature of a proper in-to-out swing path that proper rotation gives you. The feel was completely effortless, yet the strike was pure and compressed. And the distance? Absolutely fantastic for an 8-iron, and it was achieved without even trying to hit it hard. This is exactly what happens when your body works efficiently.
So let's just connect all the dots here. When you let your head release, you free up your body to rotate completely through the ball. This allows your torso to stay down in its posture. We call that staying in flexion. And that is what prevents that dreaded early extension, that standing up motion. Because you're rotating, your arms stay connected to your body's pivot, and the club can just naturally collect the ball from the inside. See? That's the whole sequence for a pure, compressed golf shot. It all starts with letting go.
So really, the big takeaway here is that we need a whole new mental model. We have to replace that old, damaging advice that's been holding us back. It's time to stop fighting our bodies and start trusting them to find the most efficient way to swing the club.
This right here is your new mantra. On the range, on the course, this is it. It's that simple. Anytime you feel that tension creep in, or you start to worry about lifting your head, just say this to yourself. Stop locking your head down. Start letting your head release. Your body already knows what to do. You just have to get out of its way.
And I'll just leave you with this final thought to chew on. For years,
You've probably been told that moving your head is your biggest mistake, your number one flaw. But what if that very movement, when you allow it to happen naturally, is actually the key that unlocks the free-flowing, powerful, and consistent swing you've always been looking for? Go give it a try. I think you're going to be absolutely amazed at what happens.